Hey, what's going on, guys? It's God24 here with my third YouTube video. And this time I'm using the Weevil on Nuk3town, and I do get 100 plus kills. Recently they buffed the Weevil, and now it's just an absolute monster. I don't get why more people don't use it. Honestly, they should. And you'll see how good I do with it in this gameplay. Of course, I'm rocking that dark matter camo on it, which looks absolutely sexy, especially on the Weevil. I think it's one of the guns that the dark matter is actually on a lot of it. Like ICR, there's barely any dark matter on it, which kind of sucks, but you know, what can you do? But I get the Cerberus like 4 or 5 times. I get the Wraith like 3 times. And this guy, like, I almost didn't even see him. I was shooting at the other guy, and I just get hit markers. I'm like, I wasn't even close to him. But then he starts to crawl, and I eventually kill him. Yeah, and then I have a couple of stupid deaths around here, so let's transition into the next kill. So at first I wasn't doing so hot, and I didn't think I would even get close to 100 kills, but as the game goes on, my score streaks really go off, and I start to get a lot more kills. We start to spawn trap them, and it just becomes easier as it goes. This game actually lasted a long time. When I was recording this, the unedited version, it was about 14 minutes. Which is a long time for a Hardpoint game, which I'm kind of glad, because I wouldn't be able to get 100 kills if it hadn't lasted this long. Like, the thing they did with Hardpoint this year is that if you're on the Hardpoint, the clock doesn't move, which I think that's a really good move. This way you're actually being rewarded for playing the objective, which is an important thing, but I really don't do that in this game because I was just more focused on kills. Because after a while I knew that I could spawn trap these kids and I could really do work on them, so that's what I decided to do. While my teammates, shout out to them, they were immense support, especially Blue Dream. He's my man out there. He got a hater at the end, which you'll see, and that was really clutch for me to get 100 kills. And of course, Romeo Juliet, he's just a great teammate. Every time I play with him, I usually do really good. We usually do really good. Here, I just spammed the War Machine. I know there's 2 guys around the corner, but I don't know why, but I got 1 hit marker in that whole thing, and it was just weird because that never happens with the War Machine, and it was super close to them. And yeah, but the score streaks, UAV, Cerberus, and Wraith, I think this is a really good combo. Like, if you wanted to, you could switch out the Cerberus for the hater, but I like the Cerberus because when I call it in, they all try to, you know, like, stay away from it, but then my Wraith can kill them. And if they run inside, then of course I have my Cerberus just waiting for them, ready to kill them. And I think it's a really good combo. Either that, or you could go with what's that score streaks called? GI unit. That'd be good, but it's kind of harder to earn. It's like 1,700 score, which is ridiculous. But it's well worth it if you get it. And anytime I run any score streak, I always have the UAV. I think it's the best score streak in the game. Although it doesn't last as long as it did in the previous Call of Duties, I still think it's the best because it's just so important knowing exactly where your teammates are spawning, especially when you're pushing their spawn. It's important knowing if the spawns have flipped or if they're still spawning here, and I think that helps me a lot, especially when I'm playing and I'm trying to get the higher score streaks. I definitely recommend it to all of you out there. Always run a UAV. Either that or use a counter UAV, which, I mean, if you're not using a suppressor like I wasn't, that's also a good score streak to use because you won't be seen on the minimap when you're shooting. Because a lot of times you'll see in this gameplay that I'm shooting at someone else and some other guy turns around because he sees me on their minimap. Which brings me to my next point. Always use the minimap. I think the minimap is way underused. Not enough people pay attention to it. Like, it gives so much intel. Like, half the time I know exactly where they're spawning because of the minimap. Say like my team occupies the 3/4 of the map, then they have to be spawning in the 1/4, so you have to look at your minimap. That's one advice I give to everyone. As you saw there a few seconds ago, I just got my first Wraith, and I wasn't able to call it in right away, which I was kind of sad about because I did have my Cerberus up, and they were trying to use EMPs to shut it down, but fortunately my Cerberus did live when I did call in my Wraith, and my score streaks just started to loop over and over, which is always nice. And this is another benefit of running this score setup. They'll easily loop because you'll get assists from what's it called, the UAV. You'll get kills from the Wraith and the Cerberus, and that kill was nice right there when I turned on him. I have no idea what he was doing. He had a shotgun. He could have easily taken me out. And here I hear the hives. Like, I see that guy planted it, and then my teammate dies to them. He runs into them, and I didn't want to move, so I just kind of leave. And I know the spawns are flipping, and they're gonna flip right back because my teammates are spawning my teammates are pushing it way too much. That is another thing you have to be careful for when you're going for high score streaks or high kill gameplays. You have to see what your teammates are doing. If they're pushing the spawns too much and you just spawn into the other spawn, then you know they're going to be spawning around you. And I was also using the war machines in this gameplay, which I think it's a pretty good specialist. It's one of my favorites. Like, I'm pretty sure I like all the specialists, I'm not gonna lie. I really like it in Hardpoint because you can just, if they're all in it, then you can just spam it. And that's exactly how I try to use it in this gameplay. I just try to spam it on the Hardpoints, but you'll see at times I get no kills, but at other times I kind of clear the room and I just get that 100 bonus for killing him. And this guy just stood there like he thought I wasn't like disappearing or something, but he didn't kill me for a while until I turned around. And I did hear him, and so that's why I was trying to turn around, but of course he got me there. And I do get on the Hardpoint occasionally just to get that 100 bonus, because the bonus is always nice. In here I just get a sick ol' 4 kill. I get a 1 gun kill, and then the rest are with the Wraith. At times the Wraith just does that, and there's like nothing the other team can do about it. They can try to shoot it down, but it'll still get, and at least in my experience, it still gets me like 5 kills every time I call it in, which is pretty decent, and it just helps me build it over and over for my next set of score streaks. Every time I get my score streaks, that's 5 extra kills. I'd say 10 extra kills because there's 2 of them that can kill, the Cerberus and the Wraith. So I get the Wraith 3 times, that's 15 kills from the Wraith just in this gameplay. And then I get the Cerberus 5 times, that's about like, I'd say 20 kills from it alone. And those things add up, and quickly you're already looking at what, 35 kills just from your score streaks. And then you have the UAV up, which can just help you find more enemies, and you can just get even more kills. And then here I just start to spam it, the war machine in their spawn, which is I think very effective if you know exactly where they are, especially when you have that UAV up. And this game was actually pretty close. If you look, the score is 154 to 167 right now. And just a side note, that was I think one of my coolest kills ever. Like, he gravity spikes me, but I'm in the air, so he doesn't get me, but then I can kill him. I bet he was pissed after that kill. So back to what I was saying, they are up, like, I'd say almost all of the game, because I wasn't really playing the objective, but then at the start I do start to stick around the objective and get more kills around the objective, and we do end up winning. And my teammates, like I mentioned, Romeo and Juliet and Blue Dream, they really honestly helped me a lot. They were on the on the Hardpoint a lot more, and I would just like to credit them for winning, because there's no way we are gonna win this game without their help. And the reason this game lasted so long was, of course, because the Hardpoint, the timer stopped every time we were on the Hardpoint, but also the other team got like 200 score, which is a lot, and that's like 200 seconds right there, and we got 250, that's 400 seconds. Not only that, it's not even counting all the time that we were off the Hardpoint getting kills, which is pretty amazing because this game mode lasts pretty long. And now we just start to spawn trap them. Like, our whole team just tries to push up, spawn trap them, and don't let them get on the Hardpoint. But you'll see in this one clip, when it comes into the house, the Hardpoint, they actually hold it for a long time, which hurts our score, and they get the lead. But we were able to get the lead back, and it was pretty amazing. And my teammates started getting their streaks, like Blue Dream, he'll get a hater soon, which was just clutch for me. And I hate people who camp in those 2 up windows, because they can just head glitch and get me every time. There's like, I cannot defend against that, and it's pretty annoying. But that time I managed to be smart, duck behind cover, and not challenge that situation, because I knew I was going to lose, like I always do in that situation. And then here, Blue Dream just gets his hater, which just helps me, and I die right here. Fireflies, you know it wouldn't be a Call of Duty gameplay if there's no death to a Firefly. Here I almost kill myself, which would have been pretty funny, but I would not have appreciated it. Again, I just tried to spam that thing and just put it on the Hardpoint, and I get a couple of hit markers, so I decided to turn around, but he had moved on already, but I did get him eventually right there. And we have 27 seconds left, and I wasn't really that close to getting the 100 kills, but I do manage to get him, because at the end I start to go off. I have some stupid deaths at the end, which slowed me down, or I probably could have gone to like 110 or 120. But yeah, but I was fortunately able to, like, here, this was just a stupid death. Like, he just knew exactly where I was because I had just killed him, and I should not have been pushing that hard that time. I was super nervous, just trying to get that 100 gameplay for you guys. And yeah, my Cerberus was actually shooting everywhere, but it wasn't actually getting killed right now, which was kind of bothering me. I'm like, Cerberus, just lock onto someone and get someone, please. And I think I'm 4 kills away, if you guys just looked at the scoreboard. And I die again here because they all spawn there and they all start shooting at me. But luckily I close spawned to them. And yeah, and you'll see here soon I'll get my 100 kills, and I'll look at the scoreboard actually. And yeah, so my final kill to death ratio was 102 to 19, which is about a 5.6 KD. So not bad. I could have done better because I had a lot of stupid deaths. I probably could have gone like a solid 6 to 6.5 KD, somewhere in that range. But here I was just so excited that I got this gameplay, and I was just kind of messing around after a while. And as you can see, we do end up winning 102 to 19 again. I got 10,000 score, which is like I think my highest score I've ever gotten. And yeah, you saw there that I only had 9 seconds on the hard point. Like I said, I wasn't really trying to play the objective. So that'll be it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully I'll have a video, guys, for you tomorrow. See you guys. Bye bye.